should have pulled up a piece of paper that says help me. Just wait for somebody to friggin' talk like a hostage. Content, not analytics. Good, Zach. How you doing? We have to turn our motor on, so we're not sailing right now, but we're in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean, motoring towards Fiji. Where are you tuning in from? BC, Canada, nice. Have you joined in before? Can't remember. A lot of the times I was streaming, I didn't see people's icons next to their faces or next to their names. That's kind of how I remember people. But yeah, it's hot out here. We got a bit of a breeze coming. Haven't even used up all of the... I mean, as long as it's not over by like 100 or 200. You go to content on the left, not analytics. It's under content. What's up? Hey, what's up? Out in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. Cat's trying to stay in the shade, trying to get a breeze. The dog got a breeze. She's loving life. Gas up, shorty, and I left 40. Yeah, yeah. By the rivers of Babylon, and there she was, when she remembered Zion. Take me away, captivity. up, everyone? Yo, yo, yo. Who that? Who that? Hey everybody, we're in the South Pacific Ocean right now, motoring to Fiji. We have the mainsail up, but the winds are kind of dying down. They're not coming from the greatest position. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, party people? Sailing to Fiji right now. Well, we're not sailing. Kinda sailing. We're motor sailing. We got the mainsail up, the motor running. Winds just aren't coming from the best of directions right now. Where's everyone tuning in from? know that it's like it changes.
You mean it changes?
It goes like
Yeah, we're not up at the part where it does that. So I asked,
by our GPS, like our latitude.
I asked between Hewitt, American Samoa, and Tonga.
Hey everyone, let us know where you're tuning in from. We're in the Pacific Ocean. Going from Bora Bora in French Polynesia to Fiji. We've been out here for 10 days, haven't seen land. We got about 5 days left. Let us know where you're tuning in from if you're watching. If you're not watching, don't let us know where you're tuning in from. Okay, we got that figured out. We got that. So, up, put it on Facebook. Yo, yo, yo. Sun's gonna be set here in probably an hour and maybe 20 minutes. Nonsense, puppy punts. A little warm. Definitely think I've been sweating out more than I've been taking in. Our sleep schedules have been a little messed up too. Trying to just like sleep whenever we can. But the boat's rocking motion has been a little uncomfortable. What are you guys up to? Where are you joining from? Yo, 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 party people. What's up, what's up? We're in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean right now. Motor sailing to Fiji. We had to turn the motor on because the winds haven't really been consistent. There's a little system to our south that's like sucking all the wind out. They're getting some crazy winds down there, upwards like 45 knot winds. Where are you tuning in from, everyone?
This says approximately
What's up?
and roughly 172.5 degrees west to 171 degrees west.
So where we're at?
And we're right now 171 degrees.
We're apparently somewhere right around the international date line.
But it says latitude 20 degrees south and we're 16 degrees south.
Do you know, have you looked at Google Maps and seen the international date line on Google Maps?
Yeah.
And And are we close to it on Google Maps now?
It's gonna look like we're close to it every single day.
Yo, 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 what up, everyone? We're in the South Pacific Ocean. Sun's about an hour away from going down. We're just trying to stay cool, out of the sun. We haven't seen land in 10 days. We're hoping to get there in 5 days. Where's everyone tuning in from? Let us know if you have any questions about what it's like living on a boat, what it's like being out at sea. Party, party people! What up, what up? It is 6 o'clock at night, enemy. You're in India, enemy, or where are you at? Pretty sure India's close to being 12 hours behind us, or ahead of us, actually. Yeah. Thanks for tuning back in. Oh, Kenya, that's even, oh, that's cool. Thanks for tuning in from Kenya. When we get to Africa, I think we're only going to be hitting up South Africa and Namibia. Maybe we could do some land travel when we get there. Who knows? You never know what the world throws at you, huh? If you had asked me 15 years ago, I would have never said I'd be sailing around the world. Do appreciate everybody tuning in. We're out here looking for some good conversation. Oh yeah? Have you traveled outside of Kenya at all? Where do you like to travel? Or where would you like to travel if you could, if you don't normally? And what would be interesting to see in Kenya if we came to visit Kenya? Hoping to visit South Africa soon. Cool. We're hoping to be in South Africa by November or December. So yeah, like if we got to South Africa and we wanted to head up to Kenya and check it out, what would be cool to check out in Kenya? The game reserves, very nice place with animals. Okay, awesome. Definitely check out some game reserves. And what kind of animals can we expect to see? Like the lions, elephants? What kind of stuff would we be checking out there? Anyone that's just tuning in, we're in the South Pacific Ocean. Motor sailing to Fiji right now. It's been a lot of rocking. Back and forth, back and forth. Hell yeah. Awesome. And would you say that Kenya is a safe place to visit? Is there anything we should know about? Any places that we need to stay away from? What kind of food is good in Kenya also? What kind of food would we be expecting to eat? That's something I always need to find out ahead of time. I'm a picky eater. Awesome. Said Kenya is a very safe place to visit. Lions, elephants, hyenas. Interact with the good locals. Sounds like a cool place. Maybe we have to do some land travel in Africa. Anybody that's just tuning in, we're in the South Pacific Ocean. We haven't seen land for 10 days. Hoping to be at our destination in 5 more days. The food is great also. We're getting some travel tips. Right now we're in Fiji, but we do plan to sail to Vanuatu after that, and then Indonesia, Thailand. We're going to sail across the Indian Ocean to Madagascar, South Africa, up to Namibia. We're discussing maybe doing a little bit of land travel in Africa. Then we're going to be crossing the Atlantic Ocean to get back to the Caribbean and then the east coast of the United States. And that will mean that we have sailed completely around the world, starting in Florida and ending in Florida. Awesome. I appreciate it, enemy. What's everybody up to today? It's morning time in Africa, in Kenya. It's almost sunset here in the Pacific Ocean. Where's everybody else tuning in from? What's up, party people? Think we could shut the computer down? Shut her down? Thank you. Hopefully it's uneventful. Hopefully the winds aren't too bad. Usually it's not bad sailing at night. It's just when you can't see what's happening, every noise could cause you to worry. Whereas during the day you can see what's going on. So the sleep schedule has been very funky. It's basically like we try to do a nice lump sum of sleep at night. So my wife will try to sleep from like 11 to 5, and then I try to sleep from 5 to 11. But it doesn't always work out that way, especially when the boat is rocking. It gets really hot and stuffy. So sometimes we're just getting 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. Where's everyone tuning in from? How about you, the last person to join? Where are you tuning in from? Whew. As you can see, a struggle to stay awake. And a struggle to see too. We got some crew. He's trying to stay cool. She's trying to sleep as much as she can. We call her Beans. She looks like a little bean. Oh. Her actual name is Lexi. She wants the belly rubs. Thank you, enemy. We'll manage. I'm sure we will. The motion of the ocean. We had the fishing pole out for a while earlier today. Didn't catch anything. We can't wait to get to Fiji and hopefully have some good food. We were just in French Polynesia, Tahiti, for most of the last year. It was very expensive there. We didn't find the food to be that great either. Gassed up, shorty. I've been not getting a lot of sleep. I sleep, or at least when I try to sleep, I sleep down here on the bed, and it is just very stuffy and hot during the day. I have a little fan, if you could see by my pillow, just blowing on my head, but it barely does anything. Where's everybody joining in from today? Anybody from Papua New Guinea? Anybody from Uzbekistan? Anyone from Australia? I just named like the two randomest places in the world and you said Australia. Yeah, and Uzbekistan isn't. Turkey. We got Turkey. I'm scared I'm gonna butcher your name, man. Gokhan. Welcome Turkey. Welcome to Canada. What's up, Ali? Gokhan. Is that right? Good enough. How you doing today? We have some friends that are sailing on their boat in Turkey. We met them in the Caribbean, and we ended up going separate ways. We crossed the Pacific. We went through the Panama Canal and crossed the Pacific Ocean, and our friends crossed the Atlantic Ocean and went up into the Mediterranean. We have a couple friends actually that went up to the Mediterranean. You doing good today, Ali? Good. Ali or Mario, which one do you prefer? The Canada. Where in the Canada? I'm asking as if I know Canada's geography very well, which I don't. I don't know it at all, to be honest with you. But I don't know where they are. Like, I don't know, is Alberta on the east side of the country or the west side of the country?
I believe it's on the west side. Let me check.
You wish you could go with us? Yeah, how about Toronto? Where is Toronto? East? Okay, so we're from the east side of the United States. We're from Pennsylvania originally. I wish you could come too, Ali. It's where we're trying to make it around the world in under a year now. Well,
BC, Alberta.
Okay, BC, Alberta.
That's a long one. And it's
Saskatchewan.
Yep. And then we have Manitoba.
Yep,
And then we have
Ontario. Okay. You love being on the boat. What kind of boats are you normally going on? Fishing boats, sailboats, power boats, cruise ships? But yeah, pontoon boats. Much better, probably motion than our sailboat. I think you feel the rocking back and forth a lot more on our boat than you would on a pontoon. Our hopes is maybe get back to the United States, sail around the world, get back to the US, and hopefully find some decent jobs and upgrade to a catamaran so we could have babies. We feel like this boat's a bit small for just 2 people and a dog and a cat. Yeah, for a lake, the pontoon boats are good. But yeah, oh yeah, I was saying, so the original plan was sail around the world for 5 years, but we're running out of money a lot faster than we expected. So now we're about 1 year in. Now we're hoping to finish going around the world. We're only like 1/5 of the way, maybe 1/6 of the way around. So we want to go the rest of the way in less than a year. So we're going to be pretty much fast tracking it. We're heading to Fiji now. Maybe stay a month tops. Go to Vanuatu and stay for a week or 2. And then sail to Indonesia, which will be our next biggest hop. And then from Indonesia, we might go up to Thailand so we could take the boat out of the water and do some work, paint the bottom and stuff like that. Then we'll head back down to Indonesia and we'll cross the Indian Ocean to Madagascar. And then go to South Africa, go around the tip of Africa, up to Namibia. And then we'll start working our way across the Atlantic Ocean, back to the Caribbean, and then ultimately to the east coast of the United States. Hoping to do that and be back on the east coast of the United States by this time next year. So if anyone's interested in seeing if we make it, definitely hit that subscribe button. We're going to be trying to go live as much as we can, show people the different destinations we go to, show what it's like out at sea. We've had some lives where one time we tried to make pizza, and all the ingredients, we hit a wave and all the ingredients flew across the boat. Tried to make a cake the other day, put it in the oven, and somehow the oven went out and I had no idea. So when I went, after 20 minutes, I went to check on the cake and it didn't do anything. The oven was almost cold.
Picture of you catching a barracuda.
Oh shit, it's swiping through stuff. There's a picture of me catching a barracuda. I forgot I've even caught a barracuda. I keep telling people.
Yeah, bodies. I don't, because we released
Awesome,
it.
thank you, Ali. What's up, Shelly? Finally, Shelly. Haven't made it into a live in friggin' days. You jerk. What's up, Shelly? I got a mouthful of canker sores. Everyone on the live earlier today is telling me to rinse with salt water. When that bucket caught the water, it almost pulled me out with it. So we're rinsing with salt water to get rid of the canker sores. Your job was holding you captive. think we're going to be at the point within the next year that we're not going to have a choice of getting a job or not. Okay, the canker sores are burning. Hopefully that means it's working. Thank you, Ali. It's nice now. Earlier today it was just squall after squall after squall, rain, wind. The wind's changing directions constantly, making the sails flap. Earlier today was definitely not champagne sailing, as they call it. Poor Logan, he hasn't really had the best of, there's not really anywhere on the boat that's cool today. So we're motor sailing right now. The motor's in forward, or well, the transmission's in forward for the first time since day one. Made it 9 days without having the motor. We ran the motor to charge the batteries. It's winter time here in the southern hemisphere, so you don't get as much sun. And then the rocking motion of the boat has been making the solar panels aim away from the sun, and so they weren't charging the batteries as good as they should. But since we have the engine running, I do have the water maker running too, so we're making fresh water out of salt water. Shelly, did you just go back to like the job you had before we met you? Is that what you're doing now, or did you get like a new job somewhere? Anybody else? Where are you tuning in from? We're in the Pacific Ocean, South Pacific Ocean, south of the Ecuador. Ooh, we're close to the friggin' international date line. We don't know by how close we are. I see the phone.
A couple degrees.
Your fucking phone is stupid.
What do you want to see?
Maps. Frenchie, you're in Canada. No shit.
Like this
Rochelle watching from New Zealand.
Google Maps.
Google Maps. Hello, New Zealand. We're just looking. The winds off of New Zealand right now are pretty insane. There's some crazy system down there that's sucking a lot of our wind out of us up here by Fiji. Why can't Google Maps determine my precise location? Your phone sucks. Fuck iPhone. I have another phone I could use.
Just welcome, baby. She's such a good girl. She's such a good little baby. Yes, she is. She's a
Oh,
good girl.
okay. So Shelly got a new job. Where?
Nice, Shelly.
We got all the places up in here. We got the Canada,
The Canada, the Kenya, the
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand. Why are we putting the in front of the?
Because that's what Theo Vaughn does.
We've got the Washington.
The Washington, the United States, America.
We got the America.
I would say Washington and California are probably the most popular places we get viewers from. Then Canada. New Zealand would probably be then, and India. surprisingly. Lots of people from India, which is cool. I think we're going to be eating a lot of Indian food in Fiji, so
Nice and cheap too.
I'd say overnight we're going to be crossing the international date line. You can't zoom in any closer.
You can.
No, the date line will go away.
Can you can you tap it for like a,
Oh,
you know what I mean? I tried doing that on Google Maps and it wouldn't let me.
I mean that's about as. So I mean, well, yeah. I mean this is gonna mean shit to everybody else, but we're not far. 50 miles in front, coming straight at us. Frenchie said there's a fishing boat. Oh, is this what there? It looked like there was 4 orange ones in front of us.
Yeah, it did look like. Also, that's 172 degrees south.
No, west.
Oh, west. And we're at 171.
Let's bring up the old marine traffic. Yeah, I forgot about them when we adjusted our course.
Thanks, Frenchie.
Ali, you can do anything. If I could do it, you could definitely do it. Because I am nobody special. Yeah, so we're headed right at those fishing vessels.
Yeah.
Well, their position was last updated 5 hours ago, too. Normally, they watch and they move. Especially if they're Chinese fishing vessels. There's also another pleasure boat coming down from the north. Yeah, we're starting to get into the congested area now.
We could head for Tonga.
If you want to end up going past Australia when the weather is really, really, really bad.
We don't even know anything about it.
What do you mean, Ali? What do we do when we cross country? Like when we arrive in a new country, we have to check in with the officials. Every country is different. Sometimes a country will have like an online form for you to fill out, which is nice and easy. And then you just go into the officials and get your passport stamped. Sometimes you arrive into a country and you have to go visit customs, immigration, biosecurity, and they're all different places in the city or whatever. So
Other times they come to
other times they come to you
board the boat.
and they board your boat and they search it. Not really. We've never really been searched too thoroughly.
Just gonna ask questions.
Yeah, they just ask questions. But it's usually pretty painless, I guess is the good word for it. I don't know. What's our worst check-in experience? Panama, just because they friggin'... I mean, Mexico, we had to pay some bribes, but that's kind of just known.
But they were nice.
Yeah, they were nice, yeah. They earned their bribes.
But in Panama, I feel like
Yeah, Panama, they were just fucking dickheads.
because I know that they were charging an insane, like,
French Polynesia was great. Like French Polynesia, we did it online, and then you just go to the police station, stamp your passport, and phew, you're on your way. Checking out was the same thing. We checked out online, we went to the police station, pew, friggin' chick stamped us out.
so easy. In and out. The easiest
Well, I mean, the United States, just go on an app and we friggin' check back in. We don't gotta do shit. I mean, the first time we had to do an interview before we got approved as like known travelers or whatever. But yeah, now we just go on the app and check in. What's up, Nico? Where are you tuning in from? Nico AI or Al? Not sure which one. Are you AI, Nico?
With Nico here before?
I don't remember. I think we're starting to have a bunch of people join to the point where I'm starting not to be able to remember everyone. You're fake.
Well, you know your regulars.
Awesome. So where are you tuning in from, Nico? You should have seen. Where are you from? Where do you live? Where do you call home? What country?
Time zone.
She's just a baby.
Her bed, as we were rocking back and forth, her bed was just sliding across and back, and she's just laying there. She just deals with it.
Finally, it took her 10,000 miles to deal with it.
Ah, you're from the phone. What operating system are you running on, Nico? I think I'm gonna put some lidocaine on my canker sores. I feel like canker sores sound so nasty, like you fucking got an STD.
So does Gaga.
Yeah, so does Jaga. Jaga is the Dominican way to say canker sore.
How do you say it in your language?
Yeah, so for those that don't know, a canker sore, I don't know, you bite the inside of your cheek and then you get like this burning, almost like an ulcer or whatever. Live streams is your job right now? I don't recall asking. I asked what operating system are you on? Come on, Nico. An AI is supposed to answer the question asked, not friggin' make up its own questions to answer. Think you might need to be shut down and reprogrammed because you're not functioning properly. If you were a good AI, you would be able to tell me how to get rid of friggin' canker sores. Funny looking, maybe. What's up, everyone? Anyone that's just tuning in, we're in the South Pacific Ocean right here. Let us know where everybody else is tuning in from. Oh, Nico's gonna come back. He's gonna restart and friggin' hopefully do an upgrade.
Reboot.
A reboot and an upgrade. An upgrade and a reboot.
They're gonna just come back as Nico person.
Yeah, maybe it'll just come back as Nico non-AI. How about we go out on deck? It's gonna be windy. Oh, Ali, you're from Jordan. That's cool. I have a friend from Iran who moved to Canada about probably 25 years ago. Huh?
Be careful.
Look at that sunset. Look at that. Sunset in the South Pacific Ocean. I think we might hang out here for a half hour or so. It's nice and cool out here. I know it's going to be a little bit windy. But I mean, what's a little wind for a fucking sunset? Everyone, let us know where you're tuning in from. We're in the middle of the ocean. No land for hundreds of miles. Sailing to Fiji. We've been out at sea for about 10 days now. Hoping to make it in another 5. Really hoping to make it. Can't wait to have some Indian food. And then hopefully we have to see if we could get a care package from my sister. I think my sister's getting tired of helping us. Not helping us, but getting tired of receiving all of our stuff for us and storing it. I would like to get, well, we already ordered it, but we ordered some lavalier microphones with like windscreens, so like when I'm out here on deck, hopefully the wind won't be as big of a problem once we get those microphones. Ordered some more mounts for our phones and cameras. Hopefully improve the quality of video we're getting you guys. But we do got a sail up. Our main sail is up, but the winds have been shifting around a lot, so anytime we get the sail set up for any kind of configuration, the wind shifts. So the winds pretty much this whole trip have been coming from the southeast, and they're slowly wrapping around, and by like tomorrow they're supposed to be coming from the northwest. But yeah, so somewhere out there, a couple hundred miles, is the country of Niue. Somewhere out here, about 100 miles, is the country of Tonga, one of the islands of the country of Tonga. Somewhere up there is Samoa, Western Samoa. And then out there a little bit is the country of American Samoa, the United States territory, where Pago Pago is. You love fishing, Ali. I had the fishing line out today for the first time on this trip. Didn't catch anything. I don't really like seafood, so I don't do much fishing. Look at that. This is probably one of our best sunsets on this trip so far. Trying to block the microphone a little bit, but I don't want to go back in because of this view. I think the sunset's only going to get nicer as it goes down. I think we're going to get maybe a nice red sky. And Anybody else that's just tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from. I guess I could go up a little bit more. Oh yeah, we sail right through the night. Not much else you could do unless you just want to sit and bob around. Let's see if we could just have a... Nah. Oh. Focus on the friggin' sunset. This is why I don't particularly care for the YouTube app. Yeah, we're better off just like that. I don't know how our brand new sails have all these friggin' wear on them from what? I'm assuming this is from the lines. We need to tighten that up more. That's disappointing. It's always something. Hell yeah. My motor, we got a 44 horsepower Yanmar diesel. A Yanmar 4JHE. And then for our dinghy, we have a 15 horsepower Yamaha 2-stroke. We've had 2 dinghy motors stolen. Our first one was a brand new 15 horsepower 4-stroke Yamaha. Then we bought some Chinese brand in Guatemala, but apparently they're the same like as a Yamaha, but that got stolen in Honduras. And then we bought our current dinghy motor in Panama. Possibly. I think that dinghy that was stolen, the dinghy in the outboard that was stolen, our first one, it's still on our insurance, I believe. I never claimed it. I mean, I still had my business at that time, so I just figured instead of insurance rates going up, because I was actually just dealing with that, learning all about that with my business, our insurance rates were starting to go up. So I was like, yeah, I don't want my personal insurance rates to start going up, so I just didn't claim it. We just bought a new one. We're probably now at the financial point where anything happens, we do need to start seeing if it's covered under insurance. Hell yeah, 70 horsepower. How fast could you go? I think on our dinghy we could, with our 2-stroke 15 horsepower, I think we could make it about 13 knots, 14 knots. I don't normally have my my charts up on my phone as we're in the dinghy to see what our speed is when we're going. God, I don't know if you could see these nice big waves just rolling underneath us. Just roll. It's so nice. Yeah, the camera doesn't do it justice at all. Now we're start going, it goes 50K. What's that, like, what do you mean by 50K? Like 50 miles an hour? Oh, kilometers an hour. We're starting to move to like an orangish now in the sky. About 31, nice. I would kill to be able to go that fast on anything. God, if we had a catamaran that could just go 8 miles an hour, we probably would have been arriving in Fiji by now. Just a measly 3 miles an hour faster and we would have been there, cutting 5 days off. What's up, Connor Otter? How you doing today? We're just here checking out the sunset, dealing with the wind for a beautiful sunset. We got the waves just rolling underneath us, coming from behind, going out. Nico's back. He just had to do a system upgrade. He's an artificial intelligence. Not the smartest one, but they all can't be winners. Oh, we got the moon up there. So the moon and the sunset. Oh, nice. We went out with a local fisherman in Tahiti. I think he had like a 400 horsepower on his fishing boat. We were cruising. We ended up going fishing. We went with the fisherman in Tahiti, and we ended up not even fishing in Tahiti. Friggin', we went so fast, we ended up going to the island across the way, Moorea. But this is what sailing should be all about. Granted, we are motor sailing. But yeah, there's no land in sight for hundreds of miles. We haven't seen land in 10 days. I don't want to turn all the way around like that though, without something to hold on to. But no land in sight. Well, Nico, you better get fixed. No, we didn't see anything in Moorea. I mean, we fished off the coast, but we never got like closer than maybe a mile or two. Oh. Sail slamming. We swam with the humpback whales in Tahiti. We probably should have went to Moorea. I think if I would have had this new revigorated sense of keep going, keep sailing, we would have. But I think my whole mentality for most of our time in Tahiti was I just want to give up. I mean, our boat was up for sale from October until May, or October until March. I was really checked out of the sailing dream for a while. Ooh, that was a nice wave we just went over. We're surfing them. It's been one of the nicest sunsets we've had. I mean, the clouds are starting to cover it up now. I don't think we've had a single cloud-free sunset. No green flashes. No sea life, no whales, no dolphins. We haven't really seen any dolphins in the Pacific. Oh no, that's a lie. We saw dolphins leaving Tahiti. And I can't remember. Jess was, I think she thought she was recording, but she wasn't or something. Or were we live at that time? I don't even remember. Or maybe we thought we were live, but we lost signal. But that was the only dolphins we've seen in the Pacific. In the Caribbean, they'd always be coming up and swimming at the bow. Moon up there. Sunset over there. Starting to see little hints of like dark orange, starting to go towards red, I think. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Where's everyone tuning in from? You're looking at the sunset in the South Pacific Ocean. The country of Tonga is somewhere out there. Samoa is somewhere up there. American Samoa is somewhere out there. The Cook Islands are way back there. French Polynesia's back there. And then the country of Niue's over there. But yeah, you could tell all your friends you were out watching the sunset in the South Pacific Ocean today. We haven't seen land in 10 days. I can't. My wife's saying. My wife is yelling to me. I can't fucking hear her. What's up, Connor? What'd you say?
I was just saying to hold on to something.
I was.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I came in here just to hear that she wanted me to hold on to something while I was out there.
I just worry about
I was out there for...
a long time.
Well, thanks for watching us at work, Ali. Don't get in trouble.
Kitty.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, Connor, I remember you. We got New Zealand representing a couple people from New Zealand today.
Which island? North or south?
Which island? North or South Island? Oh no. Now I got cat hair all over me for days. You work the night shift, Ali. The bosses aren't there. Man,
Exactly.
Connor lives on the North Island.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to spend a lot of my time at work reading books. Got caught a couple times. Bosses walked up from behind me, caught me reading. I would be reading ebooks because most of my work was computer work. So I'd be sitting there looking like I was working and I was just reading a book. Usually a sailing book or a book about hiking the Appalachian Trail. Logan, what's up, buddy? You don't want his asshole aiming at you?
Well, he has poop on his butt.
Poopy butt. Oh, he's looking up at me right now. I can see him in the camera.
He's admiring you. Oh.
He's not really looking up at me though. He's looking up there.
Yeah.
Where's everyone else tuning in from? We got Connor from the North Island of New Zealand. We got Frenchie and Ali from Canada. Shelly's in Seattle, or in Washington. You're a production supervisor at the chemical factory. Nice. Laredo, Texas is in the house. What's up, Gerardo? Texas.
We too big.
We got all the peeps up in here today. We're in the South Pacific Ocean heading to Fiji right now. We haven't seen land for 10 days.
We are 534 nautical miles away, approximately, from Fiji.
Everything's bigger in Texas, that's right.
Tonga is even less.
Where's the fresh caught tuna? I had the fishing line out today. I tried. There was a lot of squalls earlier today, though. I haven't slept much in 2 days now. I'll try. I feel like it was I said that I would fish for a day if I got 350 subscribers, and we passed that. And I feel like my attempt today was half-assed, so I will do it again tomorrow. And if I get 1,000 subscribers before we arrive in Fiji, I'm going to take the sails down, shut the engine off, stop the boat, and jump in the middle of the friggin' Pacific Ocean. It's about 3.5 miles deep here.
I really don't want that to happen.
My wife doesn't want it to happen, so unsubscribe, don't subscribe.
Subscribe, but I don't want you to jump.
What's Camino de Santiago, also known as the Way?
Santiago's way.
Shell said, when you're done sailing, let's do Camino de Santiago, also known as the Way.
Where is that?
Shelly always talks in riddles. You kind of got to decipher what Shelly means when she talks. I think I'm just going to have to take a lifeline and a little bit more clarification on what you're saying, Shelly. Yeah. You like to bug me all the time.
Yeah, complainer. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow,
Can you
meow.
tell why his breed is called a ragdoll? You just friggin' lug him around like a ragdoll.
He's supposed to go limp like a rag doll. He doesn't, he just hangs on. He just lets you do whatever. He's just like, okay.
He's like, I'm getting love. I'll take it.
Only from you, though. He doesn't
Yeah.
want love from anyone else.
It's because my love is the best.
The love that barely acknowledged.
No, not at all, Ali. I'm sure that my animals would much rather be on land. They don't get a say in the matter, though. They have been on the boat for over half their lives, the dog and the cat. So they're used to it. The cat gets seasick. The dog doesn't. A trail through Spain? I have never heard of it. I don't think. What's wrong, little
What is he
Pete?
doing?
What's up, Z-Zone? Oh, I do feel like you did tell me about that before, Shelly. That's right. I'm down. We're gonna have babies at that point, though. When the sailing's done, it's baby making time, so... I mean, maybe not even when the sailing's done, it'll be baby making time.
Yay!
Cat asshole. Now he just wants to friggin' be right up next to my back.
On top of your laptop,
On top of my laptop.
keeping it warm and safe.
So Jess's idea for... What's your idea for food today?
Waffles.
Dinner today is
Frozen waffles.
waffles. Eggo waffles.
Very expensive imported frozen Eggo waffles. We paid $12.
Now, I don't normally eat lunch or anything, and we had like a midday meal of pizza bagels, so I'm not terribly hungry, so waffles will be fine. And it's going to be a nice little sweet treat because I'll get to have the maple syrup on it.
Yeah. I sprinkle Saigon
Cinnamon.
on it.
Saigon cinnamon is the best cinnamon.
Yeah, better than regular cinnamon. Always Saigon. Always Saigon.
Where's everybody else tuning in from?
Did you want me to start that since it's 7:10?
Yeah. We're finally we're not going directly at Fiji, but we are at least, making the best course that we have in the last like 48 hours, I would say. So that's a plus.
The motoring was my suggestion. I didn't know what else to do. Well, Captain said maybe setting us up again for downwind, but it wouldn't necessarily be even going in the direction that we want to. So I figured we hadn't motored in 10 days, so might as well just try to go west, because it feels like the last 2 days it doesn't feel like we've been making much westward progression. So happens.
So yeah, there's that.
Get out.
And once again, I mean, some people think cucumbers taste better pickled, so what could you say about that?
There's smoking baby creature bee.
Oh,
What do you guys think? What's up, Wayan? Is that correct pronunciation? Where are you tuning in from? Where is everybody else tuning in from? We're out in the South Pacific Ocean. The sun has set, and without fail, it's all cloud covered. So I guess when I came in, I pretty much had the best, that we saw the best of the sunset. Not really any red skies. You don't really see the sunset too much, like no pastel colors out behind us. Mediocre sunset today. So yeah, where's everybody tuning in from, guys and gals? Party people. I think it might be time to put a little bit more numbing stuff on my shit. That was a great English sentence. Put some numbing stuff on my
Nice.
shit. Alright, my shit is numb. Canker sores. I got it from biting the inside of my cheek while I was eating, and then I don't know, a canker sore developed. 1:15 a.m. in Toronto, 7:13 p.m. in the South Pacific.
No gear.
It's gonna slowly get too dark to see us. Oh yeah, we do gotta watch out for that fishing vessel I forgot about.
I certainly did not forget about it. Let's start the waffles.
Jess is gonna start the waffles. We're going to probably be able to close that up soon.
This? Are you
Yeah,
cold?
I'm starting to get a little chilly.
I've been freezing my butt off.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but kept it open because you complained.
Kayleen, do it.
Oh. Is that what you were doing? This is probably the most you've ever looked at yourself.
Oh yeah, I think I've probably gone a year or two without looking at myself in a mirror.
And now all you do is look at yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're focused on the chat too.
Logan, look at those little mittens. Aren't they the cutest little mittens ever?
He has one stocking.
One stocking.
There it is. Look at his little stocking. Oh, put him down.
Alright, fuck you motherfuckers.
He's like, all right, that's enough. That's enough. Put me down.
What's up everyone? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know. Who's watching from Papua New Guinea?
You really
like-
want to find somebody?
I want to find someone watching from Papua New Guinea. I feel like that's about the last place you could ever expect somebody to be watching from. I want to say Uzbekistan too, but I feel like Uzbekistan probably has a pretty big population of people. So you never know. But yeah, we're in the Pacific Ocean, the South Pacific Ocean. We haven't seen land in 10 days. We're hoping to see land in 5 days. Fiji to be exact. Hopefully eating some good cheap food. We just spent a year in Tahiti, almost a year in Tahiti. Expensive as hell. Started getting a little depressed, kind of wanted to quit sailing. We were going to sail up to Hawaii and sell the boat. And at the last minute, right when we were about to check out of Bora Bora, we decided, nope, let's continue and try to sail around the world. Let's try to complete my dream. And that's where we're at now. We are going to try to finish sailing around the world in the next year. Hopefully this time next year, we are docked at, I would like to be maybe Annapolis, Maryland, on the east coast of the US, visiting family, maybe having like a little, I mean, I feel like a circumnavigation party would need to be done in Florida because that's where we started. So we might have to have a circumnavigation party in Florida, maybe in like March of 2026. That'd be pretty sweet. I would love to do it in the Keys. I don't know if I want to sail back to the Keys because that's kind of out of the way. We could just sail back up to Miami, have a party there. Shelly, you'll come to the party? That's awesome. Oh, but yeah, Shelly said she'd come to stuff before and didn't show up. Line handler in Panama. My nipples are getting hard. It might not even look like I have man boobs anymore. But yeah, so maybe party in March, circumnavigation party in March of 2026. And then we work our way back up the East Coast. Maybe we take the ICW up because we've never traveled the ICW, the Intercoastal Waterway. So maybe we take the ICW up, get up to like Annapolis, Maryland or something. I feel like would be a cool place to live for a little bit. I mean, I don't know what happens between now and then as far as jobs. Maybe we could find some kind of online job. So then financially we're okay. If not, maybe we get up to Maryland and try to find jobs somewhere. But yeah, anybody that's interested to see if we could complete this circumnavigation in a year, definitely subscribe. We're gonna be trying to go live as much as possible. Stock trading, yeah. I'm scared of losing my savings.
You were scared
Like,
you wouldn't continue west.
No, stock trading.
Oh.
Like I
Oh.
won't be able to finish the circumnavigation if I trade my stocks and lose the money. How will I pay to finish the circumnavigation?
Right. This needs to come down.
Plus, the nice thing is, Cody, I'm from Pennsylvania originally.
Why did you have to think about that?
Well, because his last name is Wolf, and we have friends that his last names are Wolf from California.
So then he is in?
Yep. I think I also know Wolves from Pennsylvania as well. But yeah, the stock trading also, like, I was making like a decent like $500 a day stock trading, but I was also taking like $50,000 positions at a time. So like, it's a big risk. We left the United States. We left Florida to sail in 2021. So we've been doing this for almost 5 years now. We moved on board right before Christmas of 2020 when our lease ran out. December 1st, 2020, we moved on board, but the boat was not in the water yet. It was hauled out in Indiantown, Florida. Put the boat in the water in January and sailed down to get married in January of 2021 in Key West.
Most stressful timing ever. Like,
We made it though.
we made it with a few days to spare.
Got
And it
to.
was like we could have missed our wedding
So now why is that flopping?
because you opened other stuff over there. We are gonna get to later.
Yeah, it's been cool, but I was saying earlier, I almost gave. Ooh, the sunset's not looking too bad again.
Please be careful.
I'm not going anywhere, Jess. But yeah, I was about to give up. I was about to give up the sailing dream. 3 weeks ago, I wanted to just sail up to Hawaii and put the boat up for sale. And I don't know, last minute I just got this new revigorated sense of I want to finish my dream. And now it looks like the sky's on fire. It doesn't look like that in real life. Like up here it's a lot more like purplish. It's much more exaggerated on the camera. Yeah, Cody, man. The original plan was after Fiji go to New Zealand, Australia. But the money is going a lot faster than we had hoped or expected. So now I think we just kind of got a fast track it. We're going to sail right past Australia from Vanuatu to Indonesia. I thought $100,000 would be enough money for us to sail around the world for 5 years. that wasn't the case.
Less than half.
Yeah, I mean, we saved up $100,000 for 5 years, and in our first year, we've already spent 40,000. We're down to 60,000 in savings.
I mean, you did just spend how much on a brand new windlass again,
Yeah.
and then on the rigging.
Yep.
You spent over 15,000.
Yep. I mean, we could have did it smarter. We like if we would have installed a good windlass in Panama instead of a shitty windlass, we would have saved money. If we would have redid all the rigging before crossing the Pacific Ocean, we would have saved a lot of fucking money.
It would have postponed us another year.
The rigging would have been done in like a week. Like
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah. I mean, he had quoted us 2.5 days to redo all the rigging
Here in French Polynesia.
in French Polynesia.
Yeah, but you're saying to have it done.
In
There
Panama-
wasn't really a reliable rigger in Panama. Was another
That's
problem.
true. That's true. In Guatemala, we probably should have got the rigging redone.
When Billy did it.
Yeah, but he also said that, like when they lost their head sail, their forestay, or their roller furler, he said that he thinks that maybe one of the people in Guatemala didn't put a friggin' cotter pin in, and that caused the thing to pop out. So I don't know. Maybe we dodged a bullet. Who knows? Yeah, man.
I will say the rigger in French Polynesia, very busy, very expensive, but also very good rigger.
So we are getting some reds in the sunset. Cody, you're in a good place for it, man. Like everywhere in French Polynesia, like all we find are Kiwis and Aussies crewing on boats. Like there is so much opportunity for you to get some experience living in New Zealand. I bet you could find boats to crew on, sailors that are doing a circumnavigation that are now in New Zealand.
Especially, he said he's on the North Island.
No, that was
Someone else.
I can't. Yeah, but it started with a C. What was his name?
Well, Opua, a lot of people go in.
Connor.
Connor, okay.
But yeah, so a lot. New Zealand is definitely one of the most popular next stops after Fiji for people sailing around the world. You go Fiji, New Zealand, hang out in cyclone season in New Zealand, then work your way up to Australia. So I think you could probably get a lot of experience crewing on boats, and yeah, then upgrade to a boat. When I got this dream, I was working in a warehouse for $15 an hour. So I mean, if I could work my way up to sailing around the world at a $15 an hour job, anybody else can.
You could crew on mega yachts, but they usually want you to have a little bit of some kind of skill, you know, like scuba diving.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, if you get certified in scuba diving, you could probably have a good chance again to be in a crew on a mega yacht.
Or like some, you know, mechanical skill.
Mechanical
or
skill.
Some skill.
Cooking skill. Yeah, Cody, I mean, I guess like for us it's just so obvious. Like I guess this is like may seem like out of the box thinking or something, but like it's just because like we've just met so many Kiwis, like young Kiwis, like 20 something in their 20s, crewing on boats. I could show you a little bit, probably be better during the day, Nick. My wife is talking to me.
No, I'm not.
He wants to know who else is talking on the boat, Jess.
Oh,
So who is it if it's not you?
I didn't hear all that.
I know. So don't assume. This is where we sleep.
Oh, okay, sir.
It's gonna be a little loud because we're running the engine. It's gonna be a little bit. Could you turn that backlight on? So this is the galley. We have a 3-burner stove that's full of dishes right now. Oven, sink. We put our bed in here. This is the center of the boat, so it feels the motion the least. So we put our mattress down there. It's usually on the bed in there. But now, since we took the mattress down, we put a 150-gallon fuel bladder in there, so in the event there's no wind, we could motor for a long time. I think a boat tour is much better done during the day, though, so subscribe and join our live tomorrow, and I could do a better boat tour. This is, when we're at sea, this is where we generally spend most of the time. This is the cockpit. Everyone stays out here. We could pretty much control all of our sails from the cockpit. I think it's time to start zipping some stuff up so people don't fall out. We normally zip everything up so we're totally enclosed in here, so everyone's safe. Cody, we're about 120 miles away from Tonga. We got the country Niue south of us, a little bit southeast of us by maybe 300-400 miles. We got Samoa north of us by about 150 miles. American Samoa northeast of us. So I mean, we're not far from you, bud. But yeah, like I was saying, like it might sound like out of the box thinking, go crewing on these boats and stuff, but it's just, we've just met hundreds of people that do it. And then like sailing around the Caribbean, you just meet tons and tons of backpackers that are down with being crew to get a free ride wherever you're going. Oh, it's warming up, so I guess I can stay open.
What?
I'm quite warm again now.
What could stay open?
Whatever's making that flap.
I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it could stay open.
yeah.
But yeah, 10 days at sea it's been, and this isn't even our longest sail. When we went through the Panama Canal, sailed to the Galapagos Islands, and then from the Galapagos Islands we sailed to the Gambier Archipelago in French Polynesia, and that was 26 days. Shinami, I hope I pronounced that correctly. We are in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean. I mean, there's not really, we're not in any country right now, we're literally in the middle of the ocean. The closest countries to us are American Samoa, Tonga, Niue. Hell yeah, Cody, thank you. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be crossing the international date line sometime tonight, where we will go from, we're gonna be, you know how like when you go to a new time zone, like in America, if you go from Eastern time to whatever the next one is, Central or Mountain? Central. You go back 1 hour every time you go to a new time zone. When we cross the international date line, we're going to be going plus 24 hours. So like right now it's Thursday. If we cross the international date line right now, it wouldn't be Thursday night anymore. It would be Friday night magically. So hopefully that's going to happen at some point tonight. But I guess if it happens after midnight, it'll be Friday morning, and then magically it'll be Saturday morning. Oh, we'll be safe. If you guys think it, we're trying to sail around the world, so if you think you're interested in seeing if we can make it around the world in the next year, definitely subscribe. We're going to be trying to go live as much as possible, showing what it's like living at sea, living on a boat, and then also trying to go live when we can when we're on shore, show like some of the destinations we're at. Although depending on the country, a lot of times the cell signal is shitty, so going live is kind of hard. Shinami, or Shina, yeah, I'm gonna say Shinami. Where are you tuning in from? Got a lot of Kiwis today. Probably because we're on a similar time zone, or well, not that close, but well, I mean, pretty close. We got both up in here, Nick. We got fruits and we got New Zealanders. He said by kiwi you mean the fruit, right? Oh, Nick, I'm sorry. I didn't even see. Our dog's name is Lexi. Nick, did you say where you're tuning in from? I don't remember seeing that. Where are you tuning in from? Our dog also has many nicknames. I call her Smeagol. My wife tends to call her Beans mostly.
Calling her
Snookums. Schmookums.
Schmookum baby.
SoCal. I think that's our most popular viewing demographic.
She's a schmookum baby.
Smeagol, Snookums, Schmookums, Beans, Shit Stain Creature, Lexing Toenail Esquire the Third,
Lexington.
Bean Burrito, Burrito.
Those are all
Twit Head.
Sluggish Bean. That was
So many fucking nicknames for this dog. I'm surprised she friggin' knows what to answer to.
She just evolved.
And then this guy.
You don't even want to know what I call that guy.
And you could see his hair just plastered everywhere. His hair is everywhere on this boat. If we want to sell this boat ever, it's going to be a friggin' week to clean all the cat hair off of this boat.
That's a great selling point.
Sorry, Logan. Logan, you should probably go on the other side of the boat. You might get a little bit better.
He wants to be by you.
Again, hearts in the chat for friggin' Logan.
Aww.
And Lexi's like, but what about me?
But what about
Hearts for Lexi.
bean burrito?
Oh, that's a I want belly rubs. That's a I want belly rubs. May I please have some belly rubs?
Be gentle. Be gentle.
I almost lost you.
You almost dropped the phone in the water.
I just, I missed her bed sliding across the boat as we hit a wave.
Yeah, and how
Oh,
she
no.
was...
The animals are just all wanting the loving right now.
Well, yeah, they're uncomfortable. They want to be reassured.
The cat has pretty much lived on this boat his for the last 5 years without really getting off ever, except for vet visits. Well, he's ventured off a couple times without us noticing. When we're at the marina, he jumped off, jumped on other people's boats.
Yeah. Then our neighbor tells me the next couple days after the fact that they were sleeping, and they sleep with, because they don't have AC on their boat, so they sleep with all their hatches and windows open. So it's like pitch black, and she feels something, she sees a shadow, and she feels something extremely fuzzy. Her first thought was it was a raccoon, but she's like, wait a minute, there's no raccoons in this country. So she screams from the top of her lungs for her husband. Husband comes crashing in, and then they just see like a fuzzy thing zoom by, and then they finally see that it was Kitty Logan on their boat in the middle of the night exploring, waking people up, causing heart attacks. And she said that they tried to kind of like get his attention, but he just like popped right off. He meowed, complained that he didn't like the way they treated him. And then he hopped right off the boat and then walked down the dock back. She said she saw him come back to our boat. But by
He's
the
the
time
sweetest
I realized
baby
where he
boy.
was further down on somebody else's boat in the opposite direction. So, yeah. He likes to go on little adventures.
Because baby, he's a gangster too. Oh man. Another benefit of running our engine as we've been for the last few hours is the coolant that cools the engine gets pumped through a hose to our water heater, and it goes up through a coil inside of our water heater and turns our water nice and hot so we can take a hot shower. So after the stream, we'll be taking some nice hot showers today. Just pampering ourselves. Yes. And luckily, lack of food, I think I'm going to be arriving into port a couple pounds lighter, hopefully. Ellie, you're going to put your boat on the water this weekend? Hell yeah. What kind of fish do you catch on the lake? In the Canada.
In the Canada. Huh.
I mean, I don't think it's any secret that I haven't slept much. And the little sleep I get, it's just like
You're drenched in sweat.
drenched in sweat, a lot of bass.
You're fine.
I know.
Okay.
Feel bad. I really know nothing about fish. I've never eaten a bass. Have you ever eaten bass?
I probably have and not realized that it was. Like, I used to go fishing a lot as a kid, but I didn't know as a kid what kind of fish I was eating, you know? I don't have experience fishing, deep sea fishing.
So yeah, those that are just tuning in, our dinner tonight is going to be Eggo waffles. Eggo waffles is our dinner with some
Gourmet stuff.
Aunt Jemima maple syrup. Scissor. Sipping on some scissor. A trill, working the wheel. A pimp, not a simp. Keep them dope fiends higher than the Goodyear blimp. We eat so many shrimp, I got iodine poisoning. He says he'll stop it there.
Want to get canceled?
Nope, that's why we stopped it. But yeah, I'm the worst sailor out here. I hate all seafood.
Stink.
They stink and I hate them. Talk about getting canceled. Hopefully nobody knows what that's from. If anybody does and can figure it out, let us know. That'd be cool. But yeah, so Eggo waffles with syrup for dinner tonight. It's just, and if you go back and you look at, I have a short about making pizza on this trip, and it was just not fun. I had all the ingredients in the mixing bowl, and I stepped away for a second, or no, I think I was trying to film a TikTok doing it, and a wave hit us, and I wasn't holding the bowl, and the bowl just flew across the boat. Hell yeah, Ollie's gonna tell his wife to watch us too.
Thanks.
But yeah, cooking on a boat at sea, it depends on the conditions.
Yeah, like today, right now, isn't so bad. Actually, today's probably one of the more calmer of days to cook. I just simply do not feel like cooking, and as you saw, I don't feel like washing the dishes. So
Yep.
that's honestly real life gonna stay there until tomorrow morning when I feel like washing them.
On some gangster shit.
But today's probably a good day to have made something gourmet. I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. I'm gonna make like some kind of roast tomorrow to use up all of our remainder vegetables before they
What
go bad.
vegetables do we have left?
We just have carrots and peppers.
And a potato, carrot, and pepper roast.
And I'm just gonna
Some
make
steak.
all of it, and if there's leftovers, and then we just keep eating.
Still got a bunch of New Zealand steaks in the freezer.
Which I think they said was fine. I don't know. Also,
Yeah,
if you
we're
want
allowed to. That's the only beef you could bring into for Fiji is New Zealand beef. Anything else is going to get confiscated and thrown away. All pork is going to get thrown away.
I have some canned salmon that might be questionable. I don't know if they're gonna. They might not be okay with that.
So when you're out at sea, red light is really good because it doesn't hurt your night vision. So if you have red light, you could still see out on the horizon and see other ships. The white light here, like it causes all these reflectiveness, so you can't even see out. Like you guys can't even tell that there's water out there now. All you see is basically like light reflecting it and everything. So I say that to say this. We're switching over to red light. It might be a little bit harder to see us, maybe a little creepy looking, but it helps us keep our night vision so we could see if there's any boats out there on the horizon.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be some fishermen around.
Yeah, there's supposedly a fishing vessel that we saw online up ahead. Frenchie pointed it out. I had tracked it early in the day, and since I took a nap and I woke up, I kind of just forgot about them. So Frenchie reminded us. Normally, so there's a website you could check out marinetraffic.com, and you can see most of the big ships where they're at. And that's how we see like where the cargo ships, any cruise ships, fishing vessels that we might be running into. We could tell that, or we could see them from far away. But I also think that since we are sending our position to marine traffic, I think those fishing vessels check it too. And if they see boats coming towards them, they normally move somewhere else out of the way so they could continue fishing uninterrupted. Especially if they're Chinese fishing vessels, because they don't want to be caught doing whatever the fuck they do. So yeah, we have pretty much that one fishing vessel, I guess, is our only worry really that we know of. There's plenty of sailboats and smaller personal vessels out here that don't report their position to marine traffic. A lot of boats out here still not broadcasting on AIS, which I don't remember what it stands for.
I could.
Anybody that's just stopping in, let us know where you're tuning in from. Love hearing where everyone's from. The reason we're doing these lives is to have conversations with people out at sea.
AIS stands for Automatic Identification System. It's a tracking system used on ships to automatically transmit and receive information like the vessel's name, location, and speed.
All right, Ali. If we're still on, we'll see you later. If not, maybe catch you tomorrow or something. Good luck with the line, getting the line back up. They're at work. Their line is down at work, so.
Oh, damn. Nice.
Heard a lot of that language. Worked at Hershey Chocolate for a while. Kit Kat line would always be going down. My mom worked the Kit Kat line. Got to work with my mom for like a year. That was interesting. Especially my mom would, sometimes my mom normally worked day shift and I worked night shift, and she'd be coming in for work in the morning and she'd bring me in Dunkin' Donuts, so like our shift changed, so she'd be bringing me in breakfast.
What a sweetie. I didn't know that.
Yep. Well, my girlfriend worked with me at the time too, so I guess that's probably why I never talked about it too much. And her mom. So her mom was a security guard for Hershey. And I met her there. And then her mom became a security guard at Amazon. Her mom was one of the security guards at Amazon. But yeah, so my mom would bring me friggin' hash browns from Dunkin' Donuts every morning. And maybe a Boston cream donut. Maybe. And a coffee. Although I didn't really care for Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm sure people might judge that. Yeah, working for Hershey Chocolate. Unfortunately, that warehouse, I mean, my mom worked the Kit Kat line. I feel like I was normally on the line that, well, I was on like the Hershey Kissables line a lot. Line 1, oh, I love doing inspection on line 2. Caramello bars. You just sit there and watch the friggin', it would be like a conveyor belt, and like they would go down, it'd be like maybe 10 caramello bars at a time, and it'd be a row, and every like second one row would go by, so they'd be going by pretty fast. Your job was to pick off any broken caramello bars and throw them in the garbage. So you just sit there picking broken caramello bars off, take a bite, throw it in the garbage. Line 1 would be making Cadbury fruit and nut bars usually, or man, I don't remember what other bar. Usually like the big size chocolate bars. I guess sometimes they would just make plain Hershey bars. Yeah, so I worked at Hershey, ended up going to jail, so I had to quit Hershey, got out of jail, and because I was such a good worker at Hershey, they were happy to have me back. I worked for a temp service though, so the temp agency was happy to have me back. And then I got a job at Amazon.com and worked there for pretty much the rest of my friggin' adult life until I went sailing. Yeah, food factory's tough. A lot of friggin', a lot of requirements, hair nets, beard nets. Anytime the line would change to a different candy bar, you would have to do like this insane fucking cleaning of all the equipment, especially if the if the candy bars were like had nuts in them, the line had to be like the cleaning process would be like I think it was like a 12-hour shift to clean the line to switch candy bars. Eggo waffles for dinner, covered in Saigon cinnamon. She's getting the syrup.
We have Maple Joe says grade A originated from Canada.
Oh, so we have some actual syrup from the Canada. Maple Joe. I think we found this in Tahiti. And it is in French. Ever had that, Ali? Maple Joe? The fancy cinnamon, yeah, Shelly. It really is the best. And I think I read somewhere that it's like healthier than other cinnamons. That might be bullshit though. I think that was like a Tim Ferriss podcast. I heard that, or maybe in one of Tim Ferriss's books, The 4-Hour Work Week or The 4-Hour Chef. So take that with a grain of salt. What's up, everyone? Anyone just tuning in? I'm about to eat some Eggo waffles in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on my small little sailboat. Haven't seen land in 10 days. Not expecting to see land for hopefully we're down to 4 days now. We're at 529 miles to go. The kids like the Maple Joe syrup. Man, I need to start asking everybody. I think more than where they're from.
You need a question of the day.
No, the age demographic, because I feel like I tend to expect younger people to be showing up in shorts, or like in these lives. So I tend to maybe make more like modern day references and stuff, and like sing. Like the music that I tend to sing might be, oh, okay, so you're the same age as me, Ali. Awesome.
Well, I could tell when people start naming actors and actresses.
Hell yeah.
What time, you know. Because I think one time we were talking about music and actresses and stuff like that. It was like 70s.
Crushes or something? Celebrity crushes?
I think so.
I turn 40 next month. Oh, this is good.
Yeah?
Shelly's 56. Well, we know, Shelly. We know that you used to babysit Jesus back in the day. You like 70s music, Ali? Like what? Like rock and roll, disco? What was big back in the 70s? Disco was big, I think. Rock and roll, fuck yeah.
Okay.
That's what I grew up on.
Grateful Dead. The Beatles.
Beatles and Dead, I mean, they were 70s, but, I mean, were Beatles... God, Beatles were even like from the... Did they start in the 50s? Motorhead. just trying to use a fork and knife and balance the plate. Like, you look like you're struggling. Huh?
I'm not sitting fine.
Sorry, guys. It's just so good. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Ali. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I don't think you have any idea how much I appreciate the conversation. Copyright strike.
Did you miss these waffles? Aww. Is it satisfying?
After being at sea for 10 days, all you could tend to think about is food. All the food you miss. And then when you're sailing around the world like we've been doing, you just miss so much from America, from the United States. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that aren't a picky eater like me, that'll just go to any country and find good food. I'm sorry, French Polynesia, you guys don't have good food.
You have great pastries and
Right.
bread.
Restaurants suck. But yeah, I have been craving such weird foods. Both being away from America for 5 years and being at sea now for 10 days. Like, one of the weirdest things I was craving, I remember a few weeks ago, was lean cuisine frozen dinners from the US. Like crazy shit like that.
So the funny thing is that you'll crave it, but then like if we get a chance to go back to fly back to the States, you'll have it, you'll make yourself sick to the point where you don't want anything else. You don't want to eat anything. You're like, I'd rather have like a good meal, not like.
Yeah, because I really like Domino's pizza and Papa John's pizza, like the American chain store brand pizzas. And when we go back to the US, first thing I do is get that, and I just eat so much in one night that I don't want to see it again for another year anyway.
And then you're reminded how bad it makes you feel, and then you're like, I want to just eat healthy stuff now.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that I really crave is the Wawa soft pretzels that you get by the register. Or, since my sister's wedding and Janine and Steve made us go to friggin' Sheets subs. I've been craving a lot. Like the meatball sub I got that
Really?
night. Or Subway, yeah, Subway subs.
Yeah, because in Panama they couldn't make it for you. Did they make it for you in Panama?
Something was wrong with it. Like, they didn't have Italian dressing.
Oh.
And they didn't want to give me oil and vinegar in containers.
That's something that's weird, like abroad. It's like what you see on the menu is what you see. It's not typically like customizable.
Yeah. Normally, well, what we've learned abroad is
Not always.
Yeah,
but yeah.
not always. But what's up, Gina? Welcome back. Helps with the natural melatonin levels. That's true. It also, the big thing for us is that it helps us maintain our night vision, so we could still see out the horizon and see if there's any ships on the horizon. So that's the big thing for us. But yeah, traveling abroad. America is one of the few countries where restaurants are like really down to customize your order. Like, if your steak doesn't normally come with this side or whatever, America usually lets you swap out a side or whatever. But a lot of times abroad, whatever the menu says it comes with, like you don't get a choice in the matter.
Or any.
They get pretty pissed off if you start trying to modify your order.
Yeah, so like we went to Burger King. We only went to Burger King once. It was our first and only time we ever went in downtown Tahiti. And I wanted mustard with my onion rings. And they were like, gave me instead like a Japanese curry sauce packet thing. And I was like, no, I want mustard. Do you have mustard? And they're like, looking at me confused. I'm like, you put it on burgers, mustard? And they're like, yeah, but that's only for burgers. I'm like, could you give it to me in a little container? And they're like, no, the mustard is strictly only for
Yeah,
burgers.
they wouldn't give her mustard to dip her chicken nuggets in.
No, not chicken nuggets.
What was
I just
it?
said the onion rings.
Onion rings. The onion rings. Not chicken nuggets. Big difference.
You weren't listening.
No, I wasn't.
I know.
But the point is, they wouldn't give you mustard, whether it was
even
chicken
if
nuggets.
I paid for it,
Even if it was chicken nuggets, they
whatever.
wouldn't.
Even if I paid extra for it too, I said I would pay for it. They were like, no, it doesn't come with mustard. Doesn't come with your onion ring orders.
You cannot have mustard because it's not part of the order.
It's not part of the menu. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Have it your way was Burger King's motto. I forgot about that. Local coffee shop breakfast burrito. Oh man. Marathon, Florida. There's a restaurant called Castaways. You get to be served by the best bartender in the Florida Keys, Shelby, Mustang GT500.
I hope she still works there.
I hope, yeah, she better still work there. And you could get an awesome fucking breakfast burrito. Get some peppers. I forget. I think I customized it a little bit.
You customize your order. You always do.
Yep. You always customize your order.
And you do too.
You guys should see my wife's order at Subway. She. Oh man, I don't even know how to explain this.
It's just a veggie sub with bacon.
But the bacon, she asked them to.
Basically, it's a BLT, is what I'm asking.
She gets a BLT, but the bacon needs to be so well done that she makes them leave it in the oven for like 3 minutes, and it comes out char black. And they're looking at her like, "You're gonna eat this?" And she's like, "Perfect."
It's for the bread because I prefer crunchy bread.
Subway's going bankrupt.
Oh, that sucks.
Burger King jingle stuck in your head. I worked at Burger King. That was like one of my first jobs. They used to have some good mozzarella sticks, which I hate cheese, so that's so surprising that I loved the cheese, the mozzarella sticks from Burger King. Mostly because I could throw them in the fryer and let them pop and most of the cheese oozed out and then it'd be just like the breading. Oh man, I am such a weird motherfucker. If I get a DiGiorno pizza from the store, I take a fork and I try to scrape as much of the cheese off as possible. Cheese is such a shitty food. The military bases in Canada have Burger Kings. And their Hershey Sundae pies were always banging. They have good barbecue sauce, if I remember correctly, Burger King.
I think the best barbecue sauce is between McDonald's and Wendy's. Hands down, best chicken nuggets are from Wendy's.
The Air Force Base brought Burger King to Canada.
Oh wow.
I prefer, and I always was a barbecue sauce for chicken nuggets person. Now I am 100% sweet and sour sauce all day. Also, oh man, such good memories playing like PlayStation, uh, Grand Theft Auto, Midnight Club, Tony Hawk Pro Skater when I was a kid, and we would order Papa John's, and everybody would get like their own order of the regular breadsticks, and it would come with a cheese sauce, a garlic sauce, and a pizza sauce. And I hate cheese, so I never tried the garlic sauce, so I didn't know how amazing it was. So we would always, like, me and my friends would always be trading. And I would trade away my cheese sauce and my garlic sauce for pizza sauces, and my friends were always down to do it. I always had friends that would trade me like their pizza sauce for my cheese sauce or their pizza sauce for my garlic sauce, so I was always able to get rid of them. They were good times. And then I think, I don't know, the Papa John's in Hazleton shut down. I think they got caught like selling drugs out of the place or something. Domino's was always okay. I think that Domino's was probably maybe my least favorite of the chain store. Except I like their breadsticks.
I remember they didn't always have their like crust, like garlic crust.
No,
They
it was
didn't
just like the
always-
regular, yeah.
Regular. I remember. I think that's kind of when it started going downhill for me. Is when they started adding like.
Oh,
the garlic.
you like the regular crust?
I just prefer regular crust.
Great Alaska Pizza Company. Never heard of it.
Is that from the Canada?
Great Alaska Pizza Company?
Oh, the.
The Great Alaska
Alaska's
Pizza
right next
Company
to-
from Toronto. I mean, it could be.
From BC.
It could be. I mean, it's not like America doesn't have probably some friggin'
Like Tim Hortons or.
like stuff that says it's from somewhere, but it's just American. I'm really not a fan of like the. Well, I guess I can't say that because I mean, if you go to certain places in like Philly and New York, you could get good pizza. But that's not my favorite style of pizza. Like pizza shop pizza. I am much more of an American brand, chain store brand pizza.
Even restaurant wise too. Like you don't prefer.
Yeah, I like chain store restaurants like Outback Steakhouse, Longhorn Steakhouse,
Why?
Margaritaville. I think they get the best steaks.
But also because you say their menu doesn't change, and
I've said that.
no, but you said not the menu doesn't change, but you said that they just know how to make it right. It's not like a 50-50 gamble. It's like no.
Waves.
Huh?
No, go ahead. Choose wave emojis in the chat.
Oh.
It's actually not that bad. You know, you can't see the waves outside, so you can't really see how we're rocking, but it's not that bad right now. We're motoring. Not much wind, and it's not coming from an optimal direction. Showers
Well-
likely in Hawaii. Keep going, you can continue on. What were you saying? About chain stores, me,
Yeah, that they make it right. Like
consistently. They're consistent.
Yes.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would argue that Outback Steakhouse and Longhorn, especially for filet mignon, they get some fucking of the best cuts of meat, in my opinion. You never get a filet mignon from Outback Steakhouse or Longhorn. Very rarely will you get one that has any fat on it. Somehow every filet mignon in French Polynesia was fucking riddled with fat. Like, disgusting as fuck. And all the friggin' weird motherfuckers that convince themselves that fat adds flavor.
It does, but not that kind
Not
of
a good
level.
flavor.
That's not that level of fat.
A1 steak sauce adds flavor.
Nah.
Or a hot sauce, like a good fucking habanero hot sauce gives good flavor. Gina, you just trying to talk to us in emojis?
Aww. That's as easiest for her. For them.
For her.
Oh. Gina.
So there's some waves.
So she has what? Fishing, shark,
Waves.
fish, a bunch of fish, fishing.
What up, everybody? We're in the middle of the South Pacific Ocean, sailing to Fiji. We haven't seen land in 10 days. Starting to get a little delirious, a little sleep deprived, hot as fuck, probably a little dehydrated. Been sober for 10 days for the most part. You're lucky I haven't put the bot in here yet, Gina. We're going to end up, once we get popular, we're going to have a bot that automatically kicks people for saying the same thing over and over again. And the bot would have kicked you for putting a wave emoji like 5 times in a row. I think our bot. I think the only language that will be banned from our thing is the N word and the F word for gay people. I mean, what other bad words are there that? Well, maybe some derogatory words for Hispanic people too, because. Oh, no problem. The bot's not here yet.
What did they say?
Oh, she said sorry because she had put like a wave emoji like 6 times in a row. I think a bot would have definitely kicked her for that, or at least like given her a timeout for a minute or two. Was that all the waffles that we had? There's 2 left.
Guys are bigger.
I know 6 come in a motherfucking box.
That could be like a snack, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be a snack for another day. I'm okay. What I might eat tonight is peanuts. Because I know I got bags of peanuts. I'm okay for right now. Bacon waffles. Man, there was a diner in Pennsylvania where we used to go when I was a teenager, and it would be like this big circular Belgian waffle, and it would come with French vanilla ice cream on top. You just wait until the French vanilla ice cream starts getting soft, and you spread it all over the bagel, or all over the waffle. No syrup needed, just the ice cream and waffle. It was so good. That diner was called the Blue Comet. My boy Eddie's dad was the cook there. Big Eddie.
Big Eddie.
Big Eddie. Sounds like a last name for a French guy.
Exactly.
Big Eddie.
Italian.
Okay, Big Ed.
Big Head. Remember Big Head?
Big Head?
The show? Pied Piper? Big Head?
Oh yeah, Pied Piper. What was that show called? Silicon Valley. That was a good
That
show.
was a very good show. You would not expect it to be.
No man, I loved that show. That was the whole cast was amazing in that
The
show.
entire cast. I laughed constantly. It was such a weird show for me to get into, but it was honestly it was really good. I recommend it. Silicon
No
Valley.
seafood for me at all, Gina. You're not sneaking in any seafood to my diet.
Maybe we could guess what Gina's trying to say in emojis.
No, she's talking in she said that oysters her hometown used to have like fried oysters. Trail mix is the best. She said she'd be best friends with you because she loves onion rings.
Oh, she was there for the Burger King.
Gina's been in here pretty much the whole time.
Nice. Thanks for vibing, Gina.
Are you toxically positive all the time?
Oh, here we go. Toxic positivity.
Starting to get a little stuffy.
I know. Well, I still got a little breeze coming up from up here. This a fan?
My balls be sweating.
Oh, you got charged them.
Yeah.
This is like dying.
Is it?
It's taking forever to charge.
72%.
Yeah, it's
Well,
taking
yeah, because
hours.
when the screen once you turn the brightness down at night, it doesn't take as long to charge.
Smoking baby. The little tiny baby creature bee.
Mr. Logan? Where are the mermaids?
Where are the mermaids? Where are the sirens? Where are they?
Where are they?
We've got one right here.
Oh yeah.
And dressed up as one.
Oh, she did dress up for one when we crossed the equator.
As a
Well, that's our profile picture, actually. She's dressed up like a mermaid, and I'm like a little pirate motherfucker. You could see it in our intro video. Not really. I guess you can't really see her bottom.
bottom.
Yeah, the bottom was like the mermaid part.
Oh.
She's not a mermaid, though.
Wow, way to burst my bubble.
Oh, you thought you were a mermaid? You thought you'd just swim around the ocean all gracefully? She couldn't swim to save her life.
You
And it's been
saved my
been
life.
proven before, because I've had to save her life before because she couldn't swim.
You saved me, you saved Lexi.
Yeah, my Aunt Linda I had to save.
Oh, and your aunt too.
We'll have to bring that up in the chat. Linda, you're not here, are you?
Oh my god, no.
She said sometimes she has trouble sleeping, so sometimes she might be creeping. So Linda, if you're here, do you remember the time I had to swim you to safety? I didn't even have to swim you to safety, I had to walk you to safety.
That was, no. I don't know how you did it. But nobody took it seriously.
You grew up on an island with a bridge.
Rainbow Bridge.
No, and she said that, Gina said that the water has almost taken her and her family a lot too. Yeah, we were on a little like a boat trip. It was right after I got the dream to go sailing, and we were on vacation. We took like a little sailboat. We went sailing on a sailing tour, and the guy threw out the anchor and he let us swim in the bay in Maryland. And a current came through when we were getting ready to board the boat, and my wife, well, she was my girlfriend at the time, and my Aunt Linda couldn't make it back to the boat.
We literally got swept away.
And we were in like 5 feet of water, so like we were able to stand up.
No, not 5 feet. It was like
4.5 feet.
4.5.
So I basically just had to put my arm around their waist and just walk them back to the boat.
We couldn't put our feet down. Like the problem is that the current was so strong that it was sweeping us from under our feet. Like I couldn't stand up.
And my mom, my sister, her boyfriend,
Somehow they
everybody
all
there,
missed the
they were in the boat.
They missed the
They made it
current.
back just fine. They missed the current. Or
They
maybe they just
did.
fought against the current.
They said there was nothing. There was no struggle whatsoever.
I don't know, but they made it back and they're just watching, laughing.
I was
Watch the
so
whole
upset that they were laughing.
And then you were pissed off that they didn't throw the fucking buoy or the rescue donut or whatever
like
it's
nobody, the captain just stood there like so confused. Like
called. We were in 4.5 feet of water, Jessica.
I was scared, and so was
He
your
saw
son.
me just walking you guys back to the boat. Don't feel bad for them, Gina.
Why?
Because you guys were friggin' exageradas.
I don't know
muscles whatsoever.
You're just friggin' Thor over here.
I'm a yak.
A yak. There you go. It was like the
Oh
hard-
man, I've never been on one of those things. She said when she was like 8, she was on one of the, you know how like they go on those fast boats and tow like one of those floaty things behind?
Oh yeah.
She got launched on one of them.
Oh, that's...
She didn't know which way was up or down.
Oh.
She thought she had to swim down.
Oh.
Do you know how to tell now, Gina? Do you know the surfer trick? You blow bubbles, because the bubbles will always go up.
When you're freaking out, that's probably, you gotta train your brain not
That's
to.
why you have to train when it's good times. It's like you gotta. She had a life jacket on, so she just stopped panicking and let the life jacket bring her to the surface.
That's traumatizing.
The captain of the boat felt bad.
Heck yeah, you should feel bad.
Fuck that. I'd be like, dumb kid.
That's so traumatizing. I probably wouldn't want to do any kind of water activity.
I know, you're a wimp. Well, it didn't scare her away from the water. She has a pontoon boat.
Oh, sweet.
Oh wait, now I think I'm getting people friggin' mixed up. Was it Eugenia that has the pontoon boat, or was that someone else? God, I'm starting to become so famous and just have so many people stopping in
No,
the chat.
you just have a...
No, I just say I have a really bad memory. Stoner.
Stoner.
Yeah, we could be having a conversation an hour ago about friggin' pontoon boats. And then I don't even remember who said they had one. Zane, there's nowhere to anchor. The water is 3.5 miles deep where we're at. My chain is only 300 feet long or 100 meters long. We gotta just go throughout the, we gotta go throughout the night. Keep sailing. Stick figures, good music, some Bob Marley. Zane, where are you tuning in from? Australia, our first Aussie of the day. Had a bunch of Kiwis today, both fruits and New Zealanders. Sea stars, so that's good. No clouds rolling in right now. Are you? Oh, thought my wife was handing me something. Oh, could you take this, please? I'm getting tired of holding these.
Yeah. Here, you could throw the wooden spoon away.
Okay. We're going to be skipping Australia, unfortunately. We're sailing around the world, Zane, but you guys in Australia, well, your country's not too keen on importing pets. So it'd be too difficult to get our pets into your country, so we're skipping. The one import company wanted $25,000 to do all the necessary stuff to get our pets checked into Australia. And $25,000 would have basically put us down to, I think that would put us down to $35,000 left to make it around the world. That would be tough. I don't know if we'd be able to do that. So yeah, so now we're gonna go from Fiji. We'll probably hang out in Fiji for maybe a month, then go to Vanuatu. Maybe spend a week or two there and then sail to Indonesia. Sail right past Australia. We'll wave as we go by. And then I think as we get into Indonesia, it's gonna start being a challenge for me, being a picky eater, because I think that food in those countries are not what I'm used to, not what I like. It's quite a bit stuffy in here. Anybody else that hasn't said anything, where are you guys tuning in from? I would love a soft pretzel right now. New York style, Philly style, Wawa style. Oh, Zane, we're like 1/6 of the way. I was about to give up. Damn, Gina, you got about a friggin' your brain is about as random as mine. Take fives are good. Yeah, I like chocolate covered pretzels. It's slowly starting to lose my taste for chocolate. I mean, working for Hershey Chocolate, having a mom who worked for Hershey Chocolate for 30 years, I ate a lot of chocolate. Reese's were always my favorite. But yeah, Zane, we got probably 25,000 miles to go still. Started in Florida, went down through Central America, went through the Panama Canal, crossed the Pacific Ocean to the Galapagos, then to French Polynesia. Now we're heading to Fiji. My wife and I each have about 10,000 nautical miles under our belt so far. I thought we were farther. Well, now we're at about 11,000. We're at 10,000 in Tahiti, and this trip was 1,700. So we're almost at 12,000. So by the time we get to Indonesia, we should be hitting 15,000 miles. I can't even see the emojis that you're doing, Gina. The chat's so small for me. A bunch of fishes, shells, anchors. All the nautical emojis. God, I gotta start doing push-ups to try to... I feel like I'm not committing, just so everybody knows. But I do feel like one of these days I do need to commit to some consistent working out and have the chat hold me accountable. That might wait until we get to land. I already feel like being out at sea, just sitting here is a workout, because I am bracing myself against the seat on the opposite side. You're all like, I don't think there's been a time on this boat in the last 10 days where we haven't been tensing some kind of muscles to brace ourselves. So it's like you're constantly working something out. 7 months off of walking. I was walking a lot in Tahiti, and it was nice because it was nice and mountainous. So I was getting a really good workout, just about 5 miles. And but it was so much uphill that it was a workout. I lost about 20 kilos in the last year and a half, 2 years. Might have lost a little bit more on this trip. Yeah, I haven't worked in quite a few years too. I'm starting to actually feel like I need to go work a physical job to get that exercise. Because I always worked factories and warehouses, and as soon as I decided I wanted to go sailing, I started asking how to get promoted at my job. And as soon as I got promoted to a manager, I think in the first like 6 months I gained like 30 or 40 pounds, like 15-ish kilos maybe. Just from stopping that physical labor, 10 hours a day actually it was. Yeah, so many people have been like I see especially in like the sailing community, like it's like everyone's trying to escape the rat race. But man, once you escape the rat race and you're living like you're able to do whatever the fuck you want whenever you want, you start getting fat because most people don't want to do exercise. Most people don't want to do anything physical. So you start letting yourself go. Got to buy men's shoes at Fred Meyer's. I just bought my first pair of shoes in years in Tahiti so I could go walking. Not a flatlander. Yeah, walking in the mountains is much better. I mean, to be fair, I was in Tahiti, I was walking on streets just up into the mountains. But in Pennsylvania was all for, we were from the mountains. I lived in the woods pretty much. My whole childhood was spent in the woods. So what, they just do taxes for people? But I mean, that's only once during April that you would be able to do that remote work. It's so funny because I went to school for accounting and I didn't use my degree at all. I never felt like the office type, suit and tie type. And that might be a unrealistic view of what an accountant looks like at work, but I mean, my whole time I was going to college, first off, I went to school online to the University of Phoenix, so my degree's pretty much worthless anyway. But yeah, I just realized that I could just work my way up at Amazon.com in a warehouse and make, I mean, I ended up making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I don't think I ever needed to go to college to make six figures. Damn, so you don't even have to pay for the tax academy. Oh, they do it all year? I mean, I do, like, when I had my business, I'd be filing my taxes quarterly. But I had an accountant. I still have an accountant, sort of. I just don't pay like a retainer or whatever to have him all the time. Now I just pay like $2,500 and I have to send them all the information at the end of the year. It was so much nicer when they just had access to my accounts and they just did it all in real time. What's up, everybody? 16 people in here and only Gina's talking. Where's everybody else tuning in from? Oh, we just dropped. I think the retention here... Oh, Wonder Breadman. Breadman. I fucking love bread. You have no idea. It's probably why I got man boobs. I love carbs. I love pasta. I could eat pasta plain. Just give me some penne pasta. As long as you cooked it in some salted water, just give me plain penne pasta. I might sprinkle some black pepper on it, and that's a good meal to me.
Mita, when are we gonna shower?
Mita?
Mita?
Steve, what's up? Where are you tuning in from? Bredman, where are you tuning in from?
Be careful.
I mean, if
with
you
her.
want to shower, I'll go to the other side and
No, that's my side.
tell you. We're having a good live. We got friggin' 20 people up in here. We can't end the good times now. Salinas, California. Steve, God, man. Californians out the ass. It's definitely our biggest demographic is Californian viewers. I'm not sure if that's just because that's the closest place in the United States to where we're at right now, since we're in the South Pacific Ocean. But yeah, we're sailing to Fiji right now. Well, we're motor sailing because the winds are kind of shitty right now. I don't know exactly where Salinas is, if I'm being honest.
I think that's not like near LA.
Is it near LA?
I feel like I've heard of it.
We started our journey for circumnavigating the globe in Florida. We pretty much traveled throughout Central America down to Panama, went through the Panama Canal, and then we crossed the Pacific Ocean last year to French Polynesia. And now we're continuing on. Wonder Bread Man's from the bread factory. I used to deliver machine parts to a bread factory, and that was the best place to go do deliveries. Smell it every day. Actually, when we would work at Amazon, sometimes you would smell it going on the interstate because you passed by it. Monterey Bay Peninsula. I don't know where that is either.
Salinas.
My wife is looking it up.
Here.
South of San Francisco.
Yes.
South of Frisco.
Monterey.
Yo, you want to hear some dumb shit? I just learned that Frisco meant San Francisco probably maybe 2 years ago. I never realized, like, I thought Frisco was its own thing.
Stop.
Chill out, lay down.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
I hope you don't mess around with the camera too much.
Where are you going?
Right here.
Oh,
My shirt got wet.
how'd you get wet?
I was washing hands and
Yeah, I'm a friggin' idiot. I can't believe I forgot that. Never knew where Frisco was.
stuff. Yeah, it's a nickname.
2 years late.
I probably wouldn't have known that, honestly.
Well, how did you know?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Hell yeah, Steve. Have you ever sailed before? It's definitely got its trying times too. Always wanted to go to Fiji. Hell yeah, my dream destinations were like Tahiti, Bora Bora, Fiji, and
Where you are, the South Pacific.
yeah, pretty much all the South Pacific islands. And I
So
think,
we're skipping
well,
some.
and that was my dream after visiting Hawaii. I just wanted to then visit all the other ones. And we just spent 10 months in Tahiti, where I fell into a big depression and wanted to quit sailing. Then we were going to sail up to Hawaii and sell the boat. We made it to Bora Bora, and I loved it in Bora Bora, so then I'm like, okay, I don't want to quit sailing anymore. So now we're moving on to Fiji. Oh, a second engineer's mate. Nice. All right. Subscribe, join our lives, and if we ever need crew, maybe you could come crew with us.
Like this video. Like the live.
Well, I was just for him specifically because he's a second engine. He's been on boats before as a second engineer's mate,
Oh,
so he knows shit. I always said if we ever have crew, I either want a crew that could cook or a crew that's an engineer.
But I feel like someone skilled like that, I feel like you're paying them.
I mean, it depends. If you want to be able to sail around an area for free or whatever. I mean, it's not always a paid position. I mean, a lot of crew is not paid. I mean, it's really between you and the crew, I guess. And like, I mean, how do you want crew? How badly do they want to sail? Like, I guess that's when the negotiations start.
Did you
Oh.
want this open
I'm hot.
You're hot.
But like James told us, like most Americans pay for the food on the trip. They're for the boat expenses, and the crew works for free passage basically. And But yeah, I guess you can go the paid crew route too. I think that's more on mega yachts and stuff though. Hell yeah, Steve. We're trying to make it around the world, and we're hoping to be back on the east coast of the United States by March. Hoping to do a circumnavigation party in Florida in March. But we're going to try to go live as much as we can, sailing around the world between then and now, or now and then. Then and now. I'm going from the future to the present. Yes, he says he doesn't even care about pay. He's always wanted to visit Fiji. I mean, Steve, there's Facebook groups out there that I could guarantee you could get if if you know your shit about boats and engineering and everything. I could guarantee you could find a boat to crew on in Fiji, 100%. I could probably even put you in touch with a guy. The guy that actually kind of pushed us, he didn't even push us to continue sailing west, to continue my dream. He was kind of trying to push us to start having crew to make our life a lot easier. But, yeah, he was just, where the fuck was I going with that? He's sailing right now to American Samoa, and he'll probably be going to Fiji after that.
He was supposed to not go to America.
Tonga. He was going to Niue. Or you could just go the route I did, work your ass off. Okay, I was when I got the dream to go sailing, I was making $15 an hour, and I just started saving and started asking my boss how to get promoted and started working my way up in my company. And then yeah, go that route, buy your own boat, and then it really depends on the person how much you need to spend. If you have a wife, a lot more than if you're single. But you could probably buy a boat that'll sail around the world for $20,000. We got ours for $60. They usually go for about $100, but ours was in pretty bad shape. Oh, can I have some water? Do you want water? Here. Have a little water, motherfucker. Hey, he doesn't want to drink. Yeah, get back on your feet and then take it as you go. But I would definitely... I know you could do it because I did it. I'm about as regular of a dude as, like I said earlier, I graduated on. I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Phoenix Online, which, for anybody that doesn't know, that's basically a fucking useless piece of paper. But I worked my way up in my company. I ended up working my way up to the point where I was running one of the delivery stations for my company, and then I left to go run a woman's logistics company for her, and then she helped me start my own logistics company. So I mean, I went from being a regular $15 an hour worker to making six figures, yeah, to management, to six-figure income. Yeah, I did my AA in accounting, and then I got my BA in business administration with a focus in accounting, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, we ended our first boat, we lost in Hurricane Irma, so we kind of got reset and had to start over again back in 2017. It's definitely an experience being out here at sea. You learn a lot about yourself. I've also found that I learned a lot about myself being in a country where I don't speak the language for 10 months. We're on a 1986 38-foot island packet. So 1986 island, and we're back. Back like a vertebrae. Just want everybody to know that our Starlink went out. We got disconnected, but I think it's about time to wrap it up. We gotta shower and get all this, wash all this stink off. So anybody who didn't, please subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Deuces.